Hey there, podcast lovers. Looking for a fresh take on the world? Tune into Nikki's World, where we dive into everything hitting the headlines and chat about just what's on our minds. No filters, just real talk. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day, Nikki's World is your go-to for genuine commentary on the real world. Subscribe now if you want to hear the real deal on what's going on. Join the conversation on Nikki's World, where every episode feels like catching up with an old friend. Don't miss out.
What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about the Democrats' attempt again at trying to impeach Donald Trump, and this time for attacking Iran. But the vote happened today, and now it failed spectacularly. We're gonna talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for a price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Ko-fi, guys. If you guys want to support, sponsor, donate, and tip to Nikki's World, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links. First off is Minds.com. Minds.com is a Connecticut based social media platform, and they are an awesome alternative to Facebook. So, if you guys value your right to freedom of speech like I do, and you guys want to speak freely without fear of censorship from the left, head on over to my friends at Minds.com. Also, guys, I do have an awesome affiliate link with Byrna.com. If you guys value your right to the Second Amendment and you guys want to defend yourself in a less lethal manner, guys, head on over to my friends at Byrna.com where they have their top of the line Byrna SD, LE, TCR, Mission 4, and their newest compact launcher, guys. So if you guys value your right to the Second Amendment and you guys want to defend yourself in a less lethal manner, head on over to my friends at Byrna.com. Also, guys, I do have an awesome affiliate link with my friends at North Shore Medical Supply. If you know someone out there who needs to wear adult diapers like I do, guys, and they know they need to wear adult diapers, head on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply, where they have the top of the line Mega Max diapers, the Eterna boosters, and the North Shore Supreme pull-ups. So if you know someone out there who needs to be put in diapers or needs to wear pull-ups for whatever reason, guys, head on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Way wow, yeah, that was a mouthful, and that was a mouthful. And before we get the show going, guys, I want to announce this on the show. I do have a new affiliate link with Amazon.com. If you guys want to join Amazon Prime and get all those benefits as a Prime member of Amazon, head on over to Amazon. Full links in the description below. And if you're a Prime member, guys, you get all the benefits of Amazon Prime, fast free shipping. You get the deals before anyone else out there, okay, guys? So if you guys want to join Amazon Prime, full links in the description below. And if you do, please let me know. And before we get the show going, guys, I'm diapered up as always in my North Shore Mega Max diapers, my Eternal boosters, and I'm in a t-shirt today because it is hot, hazy, and humid. Oh man. And now I'm padded up. Let's get on with the show, shall we? So, today, guys, I want to talk about this, guys. This brings me to three articles, okay? This brings me to three articles from the Daily Caller, Breitbart, and Gateway Pundit, okay? From the Daily Caller. Even most Democrats say no to the latest attention-seeking Trump impeachment attempt. Read you the headlines from the Daily Caller. 79 House Democrats voted against blocking motion to impeach President Trump for launching military strikes on Iran without seeking authorization from Congress. Here's the next paragraph. The House of Representatives overwhelmingly 344 to 79 to table resolution from Democratic Texas Representative Al Green to impeach the president. Green, a liberal firebrand who has repeatedly sought to oust President Trump for allegedly abusing his powers, filed articles of impeachment against President Trump Tuesday morning and immediately forced lawmakers to vote on his resolution. So, the sad thing is, he forced the vote. Vote didn't go in his damn favor because here is the thing. Why would you want to impeach a sitting president over something that he did to save the whole damn fucking world? The fact of the matter is, these liberal Democrats are so desperate in trying to remove Trump over the littlest things. Even if he said the F bomb, they would file an impeachment right then and there. Even if he took a shit in the toilet, they would impeach him for that shit. Democrats, in my opinion, people need to ignore these people. People need to laugh at these people, mock the living fucking hell out of these people. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, these Democrats are effing fucking crazy. They are effing insane. Okay? And I'll read you this one from Breitbart. Democrat Al Green files articles of impeachment against Trump over Iran strikes. Read you the first paragraph. Representative Al Green on Tuesday filed an articles of impeachment against President Trump for failing to seek authorization from Congress before he bombed the nuclear site in Iran. So Al Green wanted to impeach this guy. What an asshole. I want to know in his district, who keeps voting for retards like this? Who keeps voting for these people? That's all I want to know. Who keeps voting for these people? Seriously, man. Seriously. These people don't belong. You know what I mean? These people don't belong in office for the life of me. These people, for the most part, you know what I mean? For the most part, they belong in a mental institution. Representative Al Green, like, personifies the type of Democrat that leftist liberal lunatics think that they can get what they want. But the sad reality is, guys, he's the kind of guy that, in my opinion, needs to go. He's the kind of guy that needs to be impeached, needs to be thrown out of Congress because he's wasting people's time. Okay? He really is, guys. He really is. And even Gateway Pundit has it. Wacky Democrat Representative Al Green's attempt to impeach Trump for ordering strikes on Iran's nuclear site fails in an embarrassing fashion. I say this, Gateway Pundit. He's an embarrassment to the state of Texas. And the people who voted for him, they should throw his ass out of office. They should throw his ass out because he's an embarrassment. Okay? He's an embarrassment. And the reason why it's like this, the vote came down to this. Okay? 344 to 79. The reason why the 79 Democrats wanted to impeach this guy, because they don't like him. They hate Trump. They hate how successful he is. They hate the fact that the MAGA movement is more powerful than the GOP and the Rhino movement put together. Okay? The 79 Democrats that voted to impeach Trump, those 79 Democrats should be voted out of office in the next election. Those people should be fucking primaried to the 10th degree. Okay? They should be removed from office in the midterm elections coming up. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, I'm gonna tell you this. Democrats have a lose-lose proposition. They're losing badly, and they're losing so damn spectacularly that to say that, oh, we should impeach Trump because he went on and he bombed an Iranian nuclear facility without telling Congress. Didn't he say he did notify the House Speaker? Didn't he say he notified the Vice President, the Senate Pro Temp, the House Majority Leader? Didn't he notify them? Oh wait, Democrats think you're supposed to notify every member of Congress. No, you're only supposed to notify key members of Congress, which are what? The House Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leader, the Vice President, you know what I mean? The Senate Pro Temp, and the Senate Majority and the Minority Leaders. You're supposed to notify those people. But the problem is, progressive Democrats think that, oh, you're supposed to notify us. This is why the progressive wing of the Democrat Party has been rudderless. They've been like basically like a ship without a rudder, without engine, and they've been like drifting aimlessly because they don't have direction. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a way forward after they got their asses handed to them, and they're right now what in their wet diaper, okay, having a temper tantrum like a fucking 5-year old. That's what pretty much the Democrat Party is today, guys. That's what that's what the Democrat Party is in this country. Okay? The fact of the matter is, guys, the Democrat Party has been like on the decline since the whatchamacallit, since the election last year. Since the election last year and Donald Trump regaining control of the country, they've been on the decline. And then you got hardline liberals like Al Green wanting to impeach Trump over every little fucking shit. You know what I mean? And then you got like that ghetto congresswoman from Texas. What's her name? Crockett. She belongs back in the ghetto hood where she belongs instead of Congress. I mean, literally, man. This is why Trump don't care what the Democrats say, because you know why? He's already about to serve his two. He's going to be serving his full 2 terms, which means after 2020 2028, that's his last. That's it for him. He's done. He did his 2 terms. There's no way he's going to come back to serve a third term. Okay, but the Democrats are going. Oh, he might come back in power. He's not. He's going to be the face of the MAGA movement, and he's probably going to promote politicians who are America first. Like what? Vice President J.D. Vance and his son Don Jr.? Because I'm telling you right now, Democrats, Democrats right now, all they're focusing on is trying to impede, block, and obstruct President Trump. But the fact of the matter is, all that is going to get crumbled. All that's going to go bye bye in an instant. Because as I'm here in my diaper and t shirt, I'm telling you this right now. Democrats have no winning strategy whatsoever. All their strategy is obstruct, impede, and basically like put roadblocks in front of Trump. But all those roadblocks get crumbled real fast. Because I'm gonna tell you this: couple midterm elections coming up next year, which I tell people this, we better start preparing for the midterm elections. We better, because if we don't have a supermajority in the House and in the Senate, we are fucked. 10 ways to Sunday. Okay? We are fucked. And on top of that, guys, we need to get basically a Republican majority in the state houses as well. Because here's how I look at it like this. We have a slim majority in the Senate. Okay? We have a slim majority in the House. Now if we want to prevent Democrats from impeaching Trump for 3 years, we need to get majority in the House. If we get majority in the House, but then the Senate is still split 50-50 or something like that, I'm not worried about the Senate. Because senators are what, 6-year term? And House of Representatives are what, 2-year term? So to me, I'd be worried about the House of Representatives. I'd be worried about how do we keep the House of Representatives majority Republican control? How do we do that? It's simple. We need to start promoting, campaigning America First candidates, pro MAGA candidates, and pro Trump candidates. It's that simple. And if we don't do those things in the midterms, the presidential election in 2028 won't mean shit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, what's gonna happen is if we lose the midterms in 2026, kiss the presidential election goodbye. Because like Dan Bongino, before he became deputy FBI director, often said like this: we have to think the long game. It's like this. I'm not worried about Trump right now. I'm worried about the House of Representatives, the midterm elections coming out. Because I'm telling you right now, half the seats coming up will be up for re-election. And we all know there are people who are going to be up for re-election. And some of them need to be primary. And I'm going to say this on the show. Representative Thomas Massey from Kentucky primary the living effing motherfucker out of his ass. Okay? Representative AOC, the special needs congresswoman from New York, primary the living fuck out of her ass. Representative Crockett out of Texas, she deserves a primary as well. Okay? Because I'm going to look at it like this. If we can get more conservative and Republicans in the House of Representatives in a super majority, there is no damn way that the Democrats will be able to do this horse shit like they did today with trying to impeach Trump. And you know how that ended. That ended so spectacularly that it basically, it's like they say, it got shot down in flames. Okay? It was like this. It got shot down like that because Representative Al Green, thinking that he has supported the country to impeach him, yeah, he doesn't have support of the country. He has only what out of what was that vote, ladies and gentlemen? What was that vote? Okay, what was it? 344 to 79. He only had 79 Democrats that backed his ass, but 344 said, "Fuck you." which was like which was like an effing smackdown of epic proportions. It was, guys. It was. But the fact of the matter is, guys, we this is a warning shot to Republicans, conservatives, and the MAGA crowd. The 79 Democrats that voted to impeach him. What happens if that majority flipped and we lost the midterms? What are the chances Representative Al Green does this shit again after 2026? What are the chances, ladies and gentlemen? What are the chances? Probably none. Probably slim to none to nada, the zip, zilch, and nil. But the fact of the matter is, guys, those numbers, 344 to 79, show that the country's moving in the right direction. Trump did the right thing. But Representative Al Green having a hissy fit and a temper tantrum, which he should have been put into like what? A senior geriatric housing unit and never ever let out? Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. But I will say this. I will say this. Democrats are in a lose-lose proposition. Democrats are in a lose-lose. You know how Democrats are always trying to obstruct and basically hinder President Trump? Do they ever fucking realize this is going to come back and bite them in the ass in the midterm elections? Do they ever fucking realize that what you say, the voters back home are watching and going like this? What the fuck did you just say? Or as I say like this, kiss your election goodbye, homeboy. It's that simple. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of politicians right now are going to be up for reelection. They are, and since they're going to be up for reelection in 2026, they're fucked. They are fucked beyond fucked. But I will say this, man. As I'm here in my diaper and onesie, okay, I think like this. And I think like this, guys. Look at what's wrong with the Democrat Party right now. Look at what's wrong. Okay, look at what's wrong with them. They're rudderless. They're like floating in the sea without any direction. They don't. So I look at this as basically saying like this: the Democrats have no winning strategy. They have none. All they have is, oh, we need to impeach Trump. We need to obstruct Trump because Trump is making America great, but we want America to be like a communist socialist country. Mhm. That's why. That's why the Democrats are desperate. You can see their desperation. You can see the fact that they are so desperate right now. Even with this attempt at trying to impeach Trump, knowing that knowing that it got hit faster than a fucking nuclear bomb. I'm telling you, man, this is why it's like this. I voted for Trump because I want my country back. I want my economy back. I want to be able to take more money home from work instead of being taxed to effing living fuck. Yeah, but I do have to say like this, man. I do have to say, man, holy shit. And holy shit. Yeah, I to tell you, man. Representative Al Green, I'm gonna say this before we move on. Don't ever try to impeach Trump again. Cause it ain't gonna end well. And if you're gonna try it again, I'm gonna say it like this, Representative Al Green. We're gonna go to your congressional district and primary the living effing fuck out of you. We're going to make sure that we run a candidate against you and make sure that that candidate gets elected and you get elected out of office. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we're going to make sure that happens, guys. We're going to make sure that really, really happens. Because the only way these people in Congress are going to get the fucking message, like Representative Al Green, when he gets voted out of office, and then when people in his district are going like this, what the fuck are you doing? We're voting your ass out. And we're going to put somebody in there that can do it for us. It's pretty much that simple, guys. It's pretty much that simple. But the fact that Representative Al Green wanted to have his temper tantrum in Congress, and I'm surprised that Speaker Mike Johnson allowed him to have his temper tantrum, says to me that, man, he's just a waste of space in Congress. And there should have been someone, I mean, the people in his district should have voted his ass out and put someone that would do the job for him. Yeah. But it dawns upon me that, like, why would Representative Johnson entertain this knowing that it's not going to fucking go anywhere? And all they're doing is wasting wasting taxpayers' time and money. You know, I would if I was Speaker Johnson, I would have said to Representative Al Green, "You will not be allowed to bring up anything that basically says that you want to impeach Trump. Anytime you do that, it will get shot down, and I will not allow it to the floor for a vote." And if you try to get it to a vote, I will make sure that it is all voted against you. It is that simple. And I would have done that in a fucking damn heartbeat. I would have made sure that Representative Al Green never gets a committee seat, okay? And that he is basically punished until the voters in his district decide to vote his ass out. And I think that should be the way it should happen, you know? I think that's how it should work out. The fact that, like this, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll say this, the fact that Representative Al Green is an embarrassment to this country, along with AOC and Crockett. Yeah, we have our crazies in this country, but we have our stupid smart crazies. Okay, we really do. We really do. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about this that I saw on Blaze TV and Trump dropping the F bomb in front of the media. He's my guy, man. He's my man. He's my man. He's telling it like it is. He's calling it like it is. Dropping the F bomb on the media, and I bet you the media was like this. Because they thought that it was not what they call proper decorum for a president to do that. Sorry, bitch. Dropping that fuck you bomb. Yeah, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. And that's coming from a generation that the liberal media has probably never understood, and they probably never knew that, hey, back in the 80s and 90s, we were dropping F bombs like it was a fucking nuclear bomb. Okay? We were. Because Trump dropping the F bomb, that was like, he told off Iran and Israel. And he was saying, like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I was like, I feel like this. Trump is really gangster there, man. He is really gangster. And I bet you the two countries right now are going like this. What the fuck did he just say? Yeah, he said it like it is. He called it like it is. And the fact that the liberal media, and I'll bet you right now, the failing communist news network, aka CNN, and the MSNBC, bet you they're gonna go on their tirade saying, "Oh, Trump said the F bomb, Trump said the F bomb, oh, it's the end of the world." Betcha. But the fact that people like me from my generation, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we call things like it is. We told you like it is. Okay? We told it like it is. The fact that the liberal media hates it, and the fact that the liberal media will do whatever it takes to basically like discredit, disown, and basically say like stupid shit about Trump. It just goes to show the liberal media is basically off its damn rocker. It really is. It really is. But I do want to say this, guys. I do want to say this. Trump and a whole lot of people come from a generation that today's generation, if we were to bring them back to the 80s and 90s, would not even survive one bit. They wouldn't even survive 2 seconds in the 1980s and the 1990s because this generation lives off of what? Influencers, TikTok, and all this shit, Instagram, and all this shit. Come back to a generation where I grew up prior to social media, prior to like, like basically like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all the luxuries that you see today. Yeah, yeah. The fact of the matter is, guys, this generation is probably going to be shocked out of their skin for saying for stuff that my generation, when we drop the F bomb, we tell it like it is. We we don't sugarcoat shit. We're not nice when you got people screwing up. We're not nice. We're telling it like it is. Okay, we are. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, okay? Trump came from a generation, okay, where people tell it like it is. People tell it straight up. We don't sugarcoat shit. We don't tell we don't we're not tippy toeing or walking on eggshells. We're just going like this. These people, man, motherfucking messed up this whole fucking shit. We drop F bombs like if it was nothing. We drop F bombs like if it's common language, common lore, how we talk shit. But I know this generation is probably going to be like, oh, Trump dropped the F bomb. Oh, I'm offended. Oh, I need to go to my safe space and all this shit. This is why this generation growing up, man, has no spine, has no fortitude, has no damn balls, okay? Or as I call it, doesn't have any thick skin anymore. Their skin is so thin that you could probably see right through it. Yeah, but the fact that he dropped the F bomb in front of the media, which is what aired globally, we don't care. We don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck what the world says. I don't give a flying fuck what the opinion of Iran or Israel, what Trump said about them too. I'm sitting there going like this. Bravo, Mr. President. Bravo. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm telling you, he's telling it like it is. He's calling it like it is. He's really basically like this. He's really saying it like it is. Okay? He is. Because I'm telling you this, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this. A lot of people don't realize Trump and probably his entire cabinet comes from a generation that the liberal media will never fucking understand. They'll never understand it. They'll never know it. And they'll be like, what the hell did he say? What did he say? I'm gonna say it this. He dropped the fucking F bomb and told it like it is. Called it like it is. Yeah. That's why people like me, who are Gen Xers, we call it like it is. We tell it like it is. And we don't sugarcoat shit. When we tell you that you fucked up, or when we say you're fucking stupid, we're not sugarcoating this stuff. We're not trying to be all PC and all this kumbaya bullshit. We're just telling it like it is. And Trump today, when he dropped that F bomb, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, damn, man. Damn. I was like, that's my guy, homeboy. That's my guy. That's my guy that says it all. That's my guy that calls it like it is, tell it like it is, and says it like it is, guys. That's my guy. And that's what I'd say like this, man. That's why the world's not ready. The world the world's not like grown up like the way we grew up in the 80s and 90s, guys. The world's not grown up yet, but they will eventually, and they will in the future, guys. But right as of right now, they're not grown up yet. Never have, never will. But I will say this before we move on. Trump, keep dropping F bombs. Keep dropping those F bombs, man. Call it like it is. Tell it like it is, homeboy. Because people need to know what being real is all about. And Trump was being real about the Iran Israel ceasefire. He was being real, and that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of people being real. And that, my friends, I'll probably talk about that later in the show or later on another episode. Okay. But that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. Okay. Trump was being real. He was being real about the Iran-Israeli ceasefire and how both of them are fucking it up. Even though he tried to broker a ceasefire, but everybody was fucking shit up. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I want to talk about this article from the Daily Caller. Democrats' latest attempt to communicate with normal people falling flat on its face. Okay? And here's the headline from the first two paragraphs. The Democrat National Committee's new live daily show has drawn dwindling viewership and mockery in its first 2 weeks online. The Democrats' Daily Blueprint launched June 9 as a bid to counter conservative media dominance, but after drawing about 9,000 viewers on its debut, many episodes have struggled to crack quadruple digits. Trump's War Room single mocking tweet hit 83,000 views as of Tuesday, dwarfing the Blueprint's entire combined viewership of about 21,000 across 12 episodes. Basically, it's like this. Democrats are at a loss because they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to communicate to people. Okay? They're at a loss here. They're trying strategies like how to talk to normal people, how to talk to men. Okay? But it's falling flat on their face every time they come up with something, because every time they come up with something, people are looking at them like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. The fact is, guys, Democrats just basically alienate everyone who is normal. Okay? Everybody that is normal, they're alienated. They really are. Here's the reason for that. Democrats, during the last 4 years when they were running this country, they were talking down on people. They were talking over people. They were condescending people. They were like belittling. They were like canceling, doxing, deplatforming people who didn't toe the party line, who didn't toe the Democrat line. Okay? Now that they lost the election, they're desperate. They're trying to win over people by saying, "Oh, we want to feel normal. We want to feel like we're like you." But they can't. They can never be like us. Okay? They can never ever be like us, because here's the reality. Democrats don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to, like, have a normal conversation without ever resorting to wokeness, to pronoun bullshit, and what your PC bullcrap. They don't know how to have a normal conversation. Okay, they don't. And I'm telling you this as a libertarian and an independent. Essentially, Democrats don't know how to be real. They don't know how to be original. They don't know how to be themselves. But they always have to be something that they ain't when they're not. And I'm gonna give the reality here on the show, guys. Democrats and probably what 90% of the whole human population don't know what being real is all about. They don't know about what being original is all about. They don't. All they know is being someone else, being something that they ain't, being something that they are not. The fact of the matter is, guys, Democrats don't know how to talk to people. Whenever it comes to like issues like kitchen table issues like the economy, the crime, social issues like transgender bullshit, they don't know how to talk to common people. They resort to like name calling, bullying, yelling, like basically going to the Darvo tactic. But they just don't know how to have a normal conversation. They don't. The fact that Democrats don't know, that's why they're losing elections. That's why they're losing elections year at cycle after cycle. It's that Democrats, by and large, have a problem with talking to people. They have a problem of being real. They have a problem with being true and individual. Instead, they're all about, oh, you gotta think like us, behave like us, talk like us, and all this shit. Common working everyday folk like us, we just go like this. I don't know what the fuck you damn talking about, homeboy. Whatever you're talking is mumble jumble bullshit that I don't care. Yeah. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Democrats have a problem with talking to people. And you know, the funny thing is, guys, and I want to say like this. I want to say like this. The funny thing is, when they were trying to get people to basically try to get to talk to them, people were like, no, we don't. But you know, the reason why Democrats are trying to do this and they're trying to model after like conservatives is because they lost the election. And I'm sorry if you heard the noise, the blender downstairs. I do apologize. Okay. But the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, Democrats lost the election is because they don't know how to be real. And they're trying to copy and imitate conservatives like podcasters like myself, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Louder with Crowder, okay? They just don't know how to be real, guys. They just don't, guys. All they know is, ladies and gentlemen, is that they know how to be someone else instead of being who they are. That's all they fucking know, guys. That's all they know. And it's shocking, ladies and gentlemen. It is. That's why you see the Democrats attempt like trying to imitate conservatives, like trying to trying to do their version of Democrat podcasters, which probably got what? Less than like one viewer or one listener, you know? It's just that basically it's like this. The Democrats don't know how to relate to people. They don't. And if you know how to relate to people, then you can just talk on a normal conversational level without kind of being condescending to people. Okay? It pretty much is. It is. But if you ask me, guys, if you ask me, Democrats are never going to be able to have a relation with normal people. They're not. Because here's the problem. They don't know how to be real. They don't know how to be individualistic. They don't know how to be a normal person. They don't. Instead, they just try to be someone else, and then it's all about their pronouns, their this and all that garbage bullshit, which half the people go like this. What the fuck did you say? Or it's like this, huh? Huh? Yeah, it is. But to me, guys, Democrats are desperate. They're desperate in trying to be normal and trying to talk normal to people. But they know that they're losing. They know that they can't win. And they know that frankly, guys, they're never gonna survive. They are never ever gonna survive. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this, guys. Democrats will never imitate whatever we conservatives Republicans have built. They're never going to be able to copy us because we keep innovating. They keep in the past. And I'm telling you right now, they're never going to relate to us. Never have, never will. Okay? So, anyway, guys, I want to talk about these last two articles, okay? This comes from the Connecticut Centennial. And here's the headline. Oh my God, transgender activists in Connecticut are trying to transition children without parental consent. And then this one here from Connecticut Centennial again. Without consent, Connecticut pastor, youth director secretly steers kids towards gender transition defying parents. Here's my take on all this. Anyone who tries to steer kids into gender transition should be treated like a sex offender and should be arrested, prosecuted, and thrown in prison. It's that simple. And then should be put on sex offender registry for the rest of their goddamn natural life. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, because these are Democrats, they get away with it. But if it was a common everyday folk, how fast would they be sitting in Carl Robinson Correctional Center in Summers, or in McDougal in Suffield, or in Cheshire Correctional? How fast will they be sitting there? Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, these Democrat activists are getting away with what essentially is a crime. And I'll read you this headline from Connecticut Centennial. Project Veritas just released an absolutely shocking and disturbing video about a transgender activist in Connecticut. Yes, it turns out that some transgender activists are in fact coming after your children and are trying to transition them without parents knowing. The video features an undercover journalist and an actor posing as a 12-year-old girl who wants to transition to a boy, but the parents are unhappy with the transition. What transpires next is deeply unsettling. So you got this pastor in Hartford, Connecticut, by the name of Aaron Miller, who runs a left-leaning like church called the Metropolitan Community Church. This pastor who secretly transitions kids? I'm like this. Where the fuck is DCF? Where the fuck is the Connecticut State Police? Because if this pastor is doing this to minors, I got a question for you guys. Where are those predator catchers out there? Where are these predator catchers? Why aren't these predator catchers going after these damn people? Why? That's all I want to know. This from Project Veritas is shocking. The fact that you got a senior pastor saying that, oh, we can transition you without the parents knowing, or we can give you chest binders secretly. I'm like, if a normal person did that, how fast would they be sitting in prison right now? How fast would the Connecticut State Police be coming to your door, hauling your ass to what? Hartford Correctional, then to what? Summers, Enfield, or Cheshire? How fast, ladies and gentlemen? How fast? It's shocking that this came out from the Connecticut Centennial. It's shocking. Even this, a transgender like pastor said he's willing to give like covert breast binders. I was like, are you fucking out of your damn mind? Are you serious? Are you fucking for real? I mean, holy shit. As a DSD person, by the way, who has Kelman syndrome, I be fighting I'm fighting tooth and nail to ban gender transition for minors and gender care for minors. Because looking at the evidence of what happens to these kids from experiences of then intersex kids and then DSD kids, this is why DSD kid people like me have been fighting against it, saying no, we should not be transitioning kids at a young age. We should not be giving all these hormones and all this and this and this. We should not, okay? Instead, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say this, we should just let the kids be kids, let them grow up, okay? If some of them want to transition when they reach college, go right ahead. Go right ahead because they're adults by then. But when they're what, in elementary, middle, and high school? Fuck you. Hell no. No way. Over my damn dead body is that ever going to happen. Because I'm going to tell you this. I've seen the trauma coming out of like DSD kids who were transitioned when they were very young. Yeah, it's not pretty. But the transgender cult makes it feel like, oh, it's sunshine and rainbows. No, no, no. And that pastor who was trying to entice a minor to transition, what the fuck is the Connecticut State Police? What the fuck is the Hartford Police Department? That's all I want to know. What the fuck is the Hartford PD? Where's DCF? That's all I want to know. Because if it was a normal conservative family, you know how fast the state police would be at the doorstep and we be sitting in a prison cell wondering what the fuck just happened? Yeah, yeah. But I'm telling you, this stuff should shock you to the core. This stuff should. And by the way, guys, all those two articles and the video from Project Veritas, it's going to be linked in the description below for y'all to see, guys. It is. It's going to be linked in the description below. It is. But I will say this. I will say this, guys. That alone there should be a criminal investigation. That alone, ladies and gentlemen, there should be criminal investigations into this. There should be charges being thrown at this pastor. Okay? The fact that he is enticing minors to transition, that to me is a sex crime right there. But you know, in the leftist state of Connecticut, they'll be like, oh, he's a hero. He's a hero. Yeah, this is what's fucking wrong in this country. This is what's fucking wrong with society today. This is what's fucking wrong when you got leftist transgender cult members who are who are actively going after your kids to justify a grown man's fetish and perversion and using the kids as props for his fetish. Yeah, that's what's wrong with this country, man. That I'm telling you this, man. We need to get back to normal society where people like this were never ever heard from, and if they ever tried to do this, law enforcement would be at their house right now searching their computer and hard drives, and they'd be sitting in a fucking prison cell for it. It's that simple. It really is that simple, guys. But to me, after watching that video of that Hartford MCC pastor trying to entice a minor to transition? Where are these predator catchers in the first place? Where are these predator catchers? Why aren't they going after these people? Why are they not going after these people and having the cops called on them? Why? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, guys. Wow. That was a good show for y'all, man. That was a damn well good show. Wow. Anyway, I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I gotta go do a diaper check just to make sure I don't poop, pee, and potty in my diaper. You know what I mean? Like always. But I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.